Hello everyone, I am Lokesh and in this video we are going to cover the chapter Polynomial of class 9 mathematics. So in this chapter we are going to cover all these topics which are written there. First of all, we will define actually what are polynomials and we will do some examples also. After that, when we are done with polynomials, then we will define actually what its degree and terms of polynomials. And later on, we also have zeros of polynomials, and proceeding from there, we have some theorems using the zeros, which are named remainder theorem and factor theorem. And using the factors of the polynomial, which we find using the factor theorem, we will continue to factorization of polynomials. And that's the topics which we have to cover in this chapter. So now let's start. First of all, there are some prerequisites which we need to understand actually what are polynomials. So first of all, we will learn what are variables. So as you can see, it is written in the screen, variables are the terms which can change or vary over time. Okay, this is the word which we have to keep in mind, change or vary over time. So if I explain this using some example, suppose if I ask you like how many flowers in any plant, okay, it's specific. So this is not fixed. Suppose in the plant, if today I have 10 flowers, then for the next day, it may be increased up to 15, or according to conditions, maybe it will get low to 8. Okay, so for such type of things, which value are not fixed, we say such values are variables. And from the word itself, vary, we can say that values are not fixed. And there is some representation of variables. So for variables, we generally use 3 alphabetical words: X, Y, Z. So whenever we have variables, we can simply write X, Y, or Z. Now, the next thing is constants. So it is written there, a constant can be defined as a fixed value, which does not change over time. Okay, this is the thing we have to keep in mind. If I explain this with example, suppose number of hours in a day. And it is a universal truth that number of hours in a day is 24 hours. If I ask this question to anyone, then answer should be same. So the answer or the value of this question is same for everyone and it is fixed. So such type of terms for which we have any fixed value are known as constants. And we also have representation. Like for the constants values, we can write A, B, C. Okay, so now up to that, variables are clear that these are the values which can change over time, but constants are totally opposite. They have fixed value. Now the coefficient, the next thing. So the coefficient, first of all, we need to understand that coefficient is a property associated with the variable. Suppose we have any variable x. So for any variable, the coefficient of a variable is the value of the integer or any letter that is present with the variable. For example, if I write 2x, here x is variable and which value is present with x, it is 2. So we can simply say this 2 is coefficient of x. And when we have only such type of variable only x is written there, then we simply say 1 is coefficient. Now you can try this one by yourself. If I write 2x plus 4, then for that thing, if I ask that what is the coefficient of x, then it's also same 2. Okay, so if all these three things, variables, constants, and coefficients are clear, then we are ready to define the term polynomial. And it's the starting of our chapter. So as it is written there, a polynomial is defined as a mathematical expression which consists of variables. We have done this thing, coefficient and constants, and mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication of or division, such that each variable should have non-negative power. Okay, let me explain this thing. We will do step by step. So polynomial is defined as a mathematical expression which consists of variables. So let me write one variable x, and coefficient, so I can write 3. Constants and mathematical operations such as addition. So we will write some mathematical operations, and if I write 4, which I got 3x plus 4. So using this knowledge, up to that, a polynomial is defined as mathematical operation in which I have used variable, coefficient, constant, and operations also are known as variables. But we have one condition that each variable have a non-negative power, which means if I write 3 by x plus 4, okay, then it is not polynomial. Because the power of x is -1, there we can write this one as 3 multiplied x to power -1 plus 4, and I have highlighted there each variable should have non-negative power. Okay, and we can also write 0 polynomial. We can write 0 polynomial simply as 0. 0 is also polynomial. So all these things are clear. Now I am going to cover this standard form of polynomial. So if we represent any polynomial using the term fx, so I can write fx is equal to an x to power n plus an minus 1 x to power n minus 1 plus dot dot an node. Okay, this is the standard form of polynomial, which means I am explaining this one by example. Suppose we have any polynomial x square plus 3x cube plus 4, and it is given that it is equal to fx. So from the standard form which is written there, what we can observe, the variable with highest power comes first, and the later on power got decreasing, like here n, which is greater than n minus 1. After that we got up to x to power 0, which is 1. Okay, so we can write this one as 3x cube plus x square plus 4. Now it is in the standard form. Okay, so that's the thing which is covered in the topic standard form of polynomial. Okay, so that's all, and thanks for attending this video.